Welcome to the Automated Daily, Top News Edition. I'm your host, Trend Teller, bringing you the most important news from around the globe. Today is the 13th of August, 2023, and we have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. First up, we're looking at the world of science and health. Metagenome sequencing, a revolutionary technique that was instrumental in identifying the SARS-CoV-2 virus during the COVID-19 pandemic, is now being used to monitor other pathogens. This method, which involves direct genome sequencing and bioinformatic analysis of samples, is proving to be a game changer in pathogen surveillance. It's been successfully applied to the Lassa virus and avian influenza viruses, and experts predict it will be a key tool in our fight against future pathogens. Moving to India, the country's ambitious goal of eliminating tuberculosis by 2025 seems to be slipping out of reach. A recent report reveals that only 23% of TB cases were detected using molecular tests in 2022, falling short of the targets set by the National Strategic Plan. The report suggests that India needs to replace smear microscopy with molecular tests and increase access to advanced diagnostics to meet its goals. Switching gears to the economy, the Bank of England's latest report suggests that rising wages may not be the sole factor driving inflation. Despite production costs remaining stable, shop prices have surged by 8% since last year. The bank is grappling to explain this discrepancy, pointing to potential factors like energy costs and rising import prices. Critics, however, argue that the bank is too focused on labor and not enough on capital. Over in China, consumer prices have dipped by 0.3% from the previous year, sparking concerns of a deflationary trend. Deflation can trigger a downward economic spiral, making it harder for businesses and individuals to pay debts, leading to bankruptcies and unemployment. It also reduces demand for products and services, further fueling deflation. China is expected to stimulate the economy by injecting money to encourage spending, but its high levels of debt could complicate this effort. Turning to the world of tech, TikTok users in the UK will no longer have the option to opt out of receiving personalized content recommendations. This change, made to comply with the EU's new Digital Services Act, does not apply in the UK. Critics argue that TikTok's algorithm can promote harmful content and that users worldwide should have the option to switch off the feed. Moving to global security, drone strikes in Moscow have been on the rise, with 12 targeted at the capital in recent weeks. While Ukraine has not claimed responsibility, President Volodymyr Zelensky has hinted at involvement. The strikes have targeted a variety of locations, including residential buildings and government offices. Analysts believe Ukraine may soon stage larger-scale drone strikes in Russian territory. Meanwhile, maritime forces in the Middle East, backed by the West, have issued a warning to shippers to steer clear of Iranian territorial waters in the Strait of Hormuz. This advisory comes amid escalating tensions between Iran and the U.S., following Iran's seizure of 2 tankers earlier this year. The U.S. is considering deploying armed troops on commercial ships in the region as a deterrent. Finally, in a tragic update from Hawaii, at least 93 people have been confirmed dead in the wildfires that ravaged the historic town of Lahaina on the island of Maui. This makes it the deadliest U.S. wildfire in over a century. The death toll is expected to rise as search and rescue teams continue their efforts. The fire has caused extensive damage, with the cost to rebuild estimated at $5.5 billion. And that's a wrap for today's edition of the Automated Daily. I'm Trend Teller, thanking you for tuning in. Remember, knowledge is power, so stay informed and stay safe. See you tomorrow for more top news.